Was a guy that seemed to me to have all of the benefits that would guarantee his success, and he was too stupid to live on any of it.
The Chopper, Josh Tobin, everybody know who that is, man. Come on, man, stop doing that, Floyd, man. And pay Gervonta Davis his $34 million, man. And pay your taxes.
In a candid discussion, comedian Katt Williams weighed in on the controversy involving Floyd Mayweather and the claims of a $42 million financial scheme, lending support to Shannon Sharpe's perspective. Known for his straightforward style, Williams talked about the difficulties of speaking openly in Hollywood, noting that sharing the full truth often upsets certain groups. He stressed his dedication to tackling issues head-on. This reflects Williams' willingness to confront uncomfortable realities, even when they involve well-known personalities like Mayweather. Meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe has been outspoken about Mayweather's financial practices, questioning the boxer's lavish spending in light of bankruptcy rumors. Sharpe's observations echo Williams' stance, raising questions about transparency and accountability for public figures.
We're positioned as a person in Hollywood, I'm saying, anyway, just because of the amount of truth that I will tell and the fact that I take joy in it. And there's no way that you can tell that much truth without offending certain portions of the population. And so now you have to figure out how you're going to handle that. And at 5'5", I've always handled it fist first, you know, so that I'm always addressing whatever the problem is to nip it in the bud. And as a professional and as somebody that's now where I stand, I can no longer do that. Those are just the breaks.
Katt Williams has long built a reputation as someone unafraid to speak honestly, even when it means confronting powerful individuals or exposing hidden motives within elite circles. In his frank conversations, he has pointed out how societal pressures often push people to conform, suggesting that there's an unspoken expectation for personal views to match the majority. According to Williams, this push toward conformity acts as a way to undermine anyone who might later express differing opinions, but he has also discussed the idea that society tends to anticipate the rise of a game-changing individual, and that those who stand out from the norm are often quickly labeled or confined. He argues that these labels are used to control potential disruptors before they can challenge existing structures. In addition, Williams has shared insights from his time in the entertainment world, claiming that achieving success frequently depends more on following unspoken rules than on raw talent alone. He has critiqued peers in the industry, pointing out that some rise to prominence not purely on merit, but through alignment with influential networks and prevailing narratives. Through his outspoken perspective, Williams seeks to reveal the subtle systems of influence and control at work behind the scenes, encouraging a closer look at the forces shaping celebrity culture and public conversation.
In order to technically be sane, it requires that your belief system go along with everybody else's. And so that's why they put such a high modicum on labeling you as that, just in preparation for what you might later say.
Just because you're different, they always want to kind of put somebody into a box.
Well,
right.
That's the shallow end of it. On the deep end of it, they have an idea that there's a Messiah coming and they're not sure who it's going to be. They just know it should stick out.
Candace Owens has praised Katt Williams for his fearless willingness to call out high-profile figures in the entertainment world. She pointed out that many of the people Williams has criticized often face public scrutiny or even legal issues afterward, suggesting that his revelations uncover truths that were previously hidden. Owens highlighted that some of these individuals were involved in questionable actions that only came to light because of Williams' commentary, which in turn led to tangible consequences. She views his observations as both courageous and accurate, noting that the outcomes following his exposure demonstrate the importance of his role in holding influential figures accountable.
Lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed.
Shannon Sharpe has voiced his frustration over Floyd Mayweather's financial controversies, particularly the claims surrounding a $42 million scheme. He stressed that as an independent contractor, it is the responsibility of individuals like Mayweather to handle their finances carefully, including ensuring taxes and obligations are properly managed. Sharpe shared, "I'm disappointed. "I really am," pointing out that despite earning huge amounts, Mayweather's apparent lack of planning has caused serious problems. He also criticized the boxer's flashy public lifestyle, arguing that displaying extravagant wealth while neglecting financial responsibilities is irresponsible. Sharpe's remarks highlight the need for accountability when it comes to money, especially for high-profile earners. And he sees Mayweather's situation as a warning about the consequences of failing to manage one's finances responsibly.
Disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
Shannon Sharpe criticized Floyd Mayweather for showing off his wealth while neglecting his financial responsibilities. He noted that Mayweather has faced similar challenges in the past, including issues with the IRS, yet continues to flaunt an extravagant lifestyle, posting images of cash stacks, luxury vehicles, and private jets on social media. Sharpe expressed frustration at seeing someone with the resources to cover their debts seemingly ignore them. While he acknowledged the appeal of big earnings, Sharpe argued that it is contradictory for Mayweather to prioritize his public image over fulfilling his financial obligations.
Retirement in 55 to settle a debt with the IRS, and even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht, and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway.
Shannon Sharpe has expressed frustration over Floyd Mayweather's apparent disregard for public perception. He observes that even though Mayweather is past his prime, fans are still willing to pay to watch him fight. However, Sharpe argues that this interest isn't driven by admiration for his skill or legacy. Instead, audiences are largely tuning in to see if he will be defeated. Mayweather's exhibition bouts, which carry minimal stakes, continue to generate huge attention because people are curious to see if the seemingly unbeatable boxer will finally be taken down. Sharpe points out that this shift reflects a change in Mayweather's legacy, from an undefeated champion to a figure whose downfall is eagerly anticipated. Even decades from now, Sharpe believes Mayweather could still draw crowds, but the motivation would be the hope of witnessing his defeat rather than celebrating his victories. According to Sharpe, this dynamic underscores how Mayweather's persona has evolved into one of spectacle and controversy, with his fights now more about endurance against time than proving greatness in the ring.
Sure, he could be 60 years of age and people would still pay-per-view to watch him box up.
And so the lure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that we... Man, a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't?
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point, there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0, and that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way. So he doesn't see, like, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like.
Joe Rogan and others have expressed concern over Floyd Mayweather's approach to money, questioning whether his spending habits signal deeper issues with financial management and long-term legacy. On a recent podcast, Rogan pointed out that Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle appears driven more by the desire for immediate wealth than by preserving his reputation. The boxer's collection of luxury homes, numerous high-end cars, and a private jet valued at $53 million showcases a level of spending that may be unsustainable. Beyond personal indulgence, Mayweather is also known for giving away lavish gifts, including expensive vehicles and upscale apartments, further highlighting his penchant for excessive generosity.
I have met someone who is directly within the Floyd Mayweather circle. And I can tell you with 100% certainty, he spins like an absolute madman. And I'm not just talking about a mansion and some sports cars. I mean multiple mansions, multiple cars, and not even just different cars, because he does have a bunch of different sports cars, but he has some cars that are exactly the same car, exactly the same color, but he has like multiple of them. And not only that, but for a while, I'm pretty sure he cut these people off now. There was a lot of people he would just give free cars to, give money to, and have them in like all types of crazy apartments and stuff like that as well. Oh, and you can't forget about the $53 million jet. And that's not even mentioning the insane amount of expensive jewelry he has, designer clothes, and him throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
This pattern suggests that, despite the enormous earnings from his boxing career, Floyd Mayweather's financial standing might not be as solid as it appears. Reports indicate he has owed millions to the IRS, including a debt reportedly around $29 million. While some of it may have been paid off, the combination of huge debts and extravagant spending points to a lack of long-term financial planning. Joe Rogan's observations echo a broader perception that Mayweather's current ventures, such as exhibition matches, are motivated more by the need for income than by a love for boxing or a desire to strengthen his legacy. This transition from an undefeated champion to someone primarily chasing paydays reflects a shift in priorities, moving away from cementing a lasting reputation toward managing financial obligations. For many fans who once celebrated his achievements in the ring, this change is disappointing.
All right, this next clip is from 2017 on the Joe Rogan podcast, where Tom Segura and Joey Diaz talk about Floyd Mayweather owing $29 million to the IRS. Now, obviously, this clip was way back in 2017, so it's possible he paid it off. Or it's possible that he owes way more now.
I think Floyd Mayweather has like 6. Does he really? He has so many.
He's hilarious.
His spending habits are hilarious. His cars.
I love him.
And he's got like a whole fleet just in white. He's like, white is right. I got a bunch of.
He's got other 18 colors too, though, man.
Yeah,
he
does.
Gang of cars.
Oh,
so man, he owed that money to the IRS. Why don't you just give him a few cars?
Because he went so deep, so
How much does he owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay.
Yeah.
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
Shannon Sharpe was blunt in his criticism of Floyd Mayweather's exhibition match against Logan Paul, calling it a disgrace to the sport of boxing. He highlighted the sharp contrast between Mayweather's legendary undefeated record and the reality of facing a social media personality with virtually no professional boxing experience. For a fighter renowned for his technical precision and elite skills, stepping into the ring with someone so inexperienced seemed like a major downgrade. Sharpe expressed disbelief that a boxer who dominated his sport for years would risk diminishing his legacy by participating in a match with little competitive merit. The fight, lacking the intensity and respect associated with professional boxing, appeared more like a spectacle aimed at leveraging social media attention than an authentic sporting contest.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah. Get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
we get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
then.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yep.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back?
Shannon Sharpe expressed frustration over Floyd Mayweather's recent choices in the ring, questioning how someone once regarded as the pinnacle of boxing greatness could reduce himself to chasing easy paydays. Sharpe recalled moments like Nate Robinson hitting the canvas, reflecting on the kinds of athletes who could provide meaningful competition, only to see Mayweather opting for spectacle fights instead. He criticized the decision to face Logan Paul, pointing out that it wasn't even the higher-profile Jake Paul, but his brother, making it an even simpler payday. For Sharpe, this move undermined the integrity of the sport and diminished the legacy of a fighter who had once dominated at the highest level. Conor McGregor also weighed in, taking a jab at Mayweather for returning to the ring in exhibition bouts. He suggested that Mayweather's motivation was purely financial, possibly to settle IRS obligations, rather than any desire to compete. McGregor argued that Mayweather should have remained retired and managed his taxes responsibly instead of risking his reputation with unnecessary comebacks driven by money. His comments highlighted the perception that these exhibitions prioritize profit over preserving the legacy of one of boxing's most accomplished champions.
He took the fight just to pay back the IRS. Like, give a fuck what he did. I don't give a fuck. Right. I don't care what he doing. Though. He should have stayed retired. He should have stayed retired.
Dolce's right now.
But he's fucked now.
And that's
He's
the
fucked
God's
now.
honest truth.
Man, your videos are looking intense.
He should have paid his taxes and stayed retired.
Really? so
Kept my name out of his mouth.
Right.
Katt Williams often discusses how those in positions of power prioritize protecting their reputations, even if it means hiding the truth. When he says that genius is relative, he's highlighting how innovative or unconventional individuals are often dismissed as eccentric or out of place during their lifetimes, with their brilliance only recognized later. Williams points out that society, and especially the elite, tends to suppress or control anyone who could challenge their authority or narratives. This perspective can be applied to Floyd Mayweather, whose financial choices and public persona, including his participation in exhibition fights, appear influenced by a desire to maintain a certain image. In some cases, influential figures may work to obscure his financial struggles to uphold the story of him as an unbeatable champion. Despite his legendary status, Mayweather's pursuit of wealth and ongoing public attention raises questions about how the powerful manage their image and shape public perception, even when the reality is less than flawless.
Every time something sticks out, to make sure that's not it. Either way, that genius is relative, and it's generally better served once you're gone.
Right.
So the geniuses that we all agree upon, that's not exactly what they were viewed as.
Right.
At the time. There's no way for the guy outside with a kite with keys on it trying to get struck intentionally by lightning.
Yeah.
There's no way for him not to be crazy in the current
Just because he's different.
frame of reference.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have to see this guy be right enough times that we go, wait a minute, he
He's a
can't be
genius.
crazy
Yeah.
and right.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather's alleged $42 million scheme came to light after he falsely claimed he had no business partner in the transaction, a move intended to protect his reputation. Later, industry insiders revealed the truth behind the deal, exposing the deception and raising serious questions about his credibility. Mayweather has also been criticized for his extravagant lifestyle, flaunting wealth through piles of cash, luxury cars, designer clothing, and high-profile relationships. This behavior reflects a familiar pattern in boxing. Fighters often begin with immense earnings, invest in lavish lifestyles, and risk eventual financial instability. Critics warn that by focusing on displaying his fortune, Mayweather could be heading down the same path as many boxers who, despite early success, end up facing financial difficulties.
Of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. They're something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen.
Floyd Mayweather, who has earned up to $30 million per fight, is reportedly facing $23 million in debt, including $17 million owed to the IRS. Despite career earnings estimated between $300 million and $400 million, his financial situation has raised serious concerns. While many top fighters invest their earnings wisely, even massive contracts, like his record-breaking Showtime and CBS deal worth over $250 million, haven't prevented Mayweather from running into financial trouble. His story serves as a reminder that managing wealth requires discipline, even for athletes at the very top of their sport. That Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle, which includes high-end jewelry, luxury watches, and private jets, has drawn criticism as he continues to showcase his fortune while reportedly neglecting debts and tax obligations. This pattern, prioritizing lavish displays over financial responsibility, could lead to legal troubles or additional monetary strain. If this continues, it may not only damage his finances, but also threaten his reputation and the legacy he has built in the ring.
I mean, dang, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, wow, y'all around here getting Rolexes, not paying for them. Man, y'all got stacks of money, owing jewelers money. Man, how y'all around here, man, getting millions of dollars in all this jewelry and leaving $286,000, man, for them to pay for? Then the cold part is, man, y'all took the jeweler's phone so he couldn't film the transaction, but he had an extra phone and he taped it. Man, come on, man. Man, y'all giving, man, us a bad name, man. Y'all be out here doing all this flexing, all this jewelry, all these watches, all these cars from the same crooked dealer out here in Las Vegas. The Chopper, Josh Tobin, everybody know who that is, man. Come on, man, stop doing that, Floyd, man. And pay Gervonta Davis his $34 million, man. And pay your tax.
And with that, we've reached the end of today's video. Thanks for watching.